Hey frag heads and fragrance lovers, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel showcasing another beautiful fragrance. So today, what do we have on our hands? What's on the menu? What's on the chopping block? It's Jungle from Kenzo. Now, you probably haven't heard about this one. This is a really great fragrance that really flew under the radar. The notes you're getting here are lime. That's kind of the citrus, but it doesn't feel overtly citrusy, but you get some of that lime quality. There's a tiny bit of natural sweetness coming from the lime as well, so you get some tart and some sweet. Then as we dive into the heart of the fragrance, it's all about ambrette and mate. Those are the biggest two players in this fragrance. And in the dry down, we do get some nutmeg and some cedar. Now, if you don't know about mate and what it is, it's essentially a cousin to tea. It's very similar to tea. So this fragrance has an energetic, like caffeinated green tea quality about it. That's really, really likable. It's really, really nice. And I haven't smelled very many fragrances that have a DNA and smell of this very fresh, musky or almost transparent green quality. Victor and Rolf Antidote had a bit of that, but it's a very complex fragrance with a lot of evolutions to it. This fragrance, though, is a little bit more easygoing. It comes off as a little bit more simple, but it has a little bit of growl underneath it. That ambrette seed is definitely lending that musk. And if you don't know, ambrette seed is one of the classic and original musk, things that bring that quality to the fragrance, that airiness, and this one almost goes a little bit into the animalic territory, which ambrette can do. So this fragrance is a little bit animalic, some energetic, caffeinated green tea, almost having almost a drug-like quality to the fragrance in a good way. And that cedar adding a little bit of its own unique spice, a little bit of a transparent cedar. Now, it's not a heavy, it's not a dark, it's not a furniture-like cedar. It's a little bit transparent. And the nutmeg just adds a little bit of a dry spice. Even though this fragrance, to me, still smells and still feels kind of humid, that nutmeg really makes it so it has a good balance of things, with this fragrance and this composition. So really nice fragrance, guys. I really like this one. Might come off as a little bit simple if you just kind of smell it at first and kind of dismiss it. I think you have to put this one on your skin. I have it sprayed up on my skin, and you really would enjoy this fragrance. It's really, really nice, and it's one of my new favorites. Before I jump into the other aspects of the fragrance, I do want to mention that this is the vintage box and the bottle. I don't know if there's a real difference between the new version or not, but I did make sure, just for safety, and I didn't want to risk my money, I did buy the vintage box. So, full disclaimer here, I haven't heard that there's really any of a difference, but the box is just a little bit different. I like the box, and it's green on the inside as well. So, anyways, if that pot picks up. Anyways, guys, y'all got to check out this fragrance. It's amazing. Longevity is not bad on this fragrance. Again, we got the cedar, modern molecule, kind of like cedar, that really adds to some of the longevity, and the ambrette musk, almost animalic side of musk, but very wearable, still pretty clean and wearable, but done really well. And overall, this fragrance isn't a super strong performer, but it lasted 7 or so hours. It can linger on you in clothes much longer than that, but after 7 or so hours, the fragrance is kind of dissipated. Projection-wise, it's not a beast by any means. I would say it's average or maybe slightly below average. It's not a huge projector. It's not trying to beg for attention or demand it. And sillage is kind of average. So overall, some people might say that this is an average performer. Some people might want more performance out of this. But this fragrance feels like almost like an aromatic type of fragrance, like an aromatic woody, and it almost comes off like that, like just a fresh, easy wearing aromatic, musky fragrance with some woody aspects. So I think that this is really wearable. It would be great for the office. It would be great for any situation. Perhaps it's fallen a little bit out of vogue. I do have to be transparent with that. Getting into the compliment factor here. This fragrance, just look at it, you guys. This is definitely from a different decade, a different time, and it's wonderful, but perhaps, if you're a very modern, trendy, younger type of guy, perhaps this fragrance isn't for you. This fragrance is really likable. It does have some slight green aspects. I did want to mention that, but it doesn't come off as a green fragrance. This is not an oak moss fragrance. This is not a deep green, lush, dark forest fragrance or anything like that. This is very light and bright, and if you smelled it, it might not even come off as a green fragrance. So really, really nice. Again, the interesting aspects of ambrette and nutmeg also might trick your nose at times like it did mine. And it almost led to the fragrance almost feeling powdery in a way, so almost like chalky. But it's great, guys. I didn't get a lot of verbal compliments, but this did make me smell a little bit more like a gentleman, a little bit more refined, and I do think that this fragrance can be pulled off in both semi-formal, semi-professional situations, and also dressed down just a little bit. But I think that, because this has a little bit of that distinct, 80s or maybe more of a 90s type of vibe, I do think that this fragrance leans a little bit more gentlemanly. So maybe, nice casual, or dressed up a little bit, when you want to feel good about yourself and present yourself very well. This fragrance also is a little bit more unique, so it could come off perhaps as eccentric, but I really do like this one. It's really, really good. If you're a musk lover, I think it's worth checking out. So let's jump into my final thoughts with the price. I think that this fragrance is discontinued. Again, I want to respect the original founder of Kenzo. The owner, the man himself, has passed away, and we got to respect. I do want to get the word out so we can give respect to this great man. He did a lot for the fragrance industry and the fragrance world. I don't think he gets enough mention for what he did, and I would encourage y'all to look into his repertoire and his portfolio and a lot of the amazing fragrances he worked with, and how Kenzo did kind of change the fragrance world. So I think that's a good thing to mention as well, and you can kind of have a little bit of piece of history here. It's not terribly expensive. You can get a regular bottle for about $35. If you go for one of these, they're kind of drying up. I got mine on eBay. They're getting harder to find, but I got mine for about $60. So $60 for a vintage bottle, vintage presentation. Again, this is more of a 90s fragrance. It's not terribly old, and it's not terribly desirable, but the bottles are drying up. And if you do like this kind of vibe, I encourage you to get your hands on it. Again, if you like a caffeinated tea fragrance, you want some musk, you want a little bit of that lime kind of feel. I'm a big sucker for lime. And a little bit of that modern woodiness, which if it's done right like it is here, I actually sometimes like some of those modern woody accords, while in some other fragrances, like that amberwood stuff and the YSL fragrances, the YSL Ys and that stuff, that doesn't work for me, for me personally. But anyways, really nice fragrance. I'd be curious to see if any of y'all have any memories of this fragrance, if y'all have tried this before, or if you've heard of this fragrance, and what you think about it. So in the comment sections below, let me know, have you heard about this fragrance? Does it sound interesting? Before I wrap up, I'm not beating up on zoologists. They're a great house. I respect them. And they got camel, which is really nice. Hummingbird's great. Dragonfly's great. And I got to try out some more of them. Mackay or macaw and dodo, I got to try those as well. But to me, this is more similar to what I was expecting and wanted elephant to smell like. So to me, this is more wearable and something that I find more enjoyable. And I'm happy that I got this, because this is always a fragrance that I always wanted. There's also another fragrance that's somewhat similar to this. It's called Cacti, which if you're a niche head, if you got the money to burn, you might want to Google and look for Cacti. It's really good, but expensive. Anyways, awesome fragrance. I hope that y'all enjoyed my review today. Pretty affordable, pretty reasonable, under the radar. Again, guys, ladies and gents, y'all can smell unique. You can smell amazing without having to go to niche to smell unique and creative fragrances. You have to spend 35, 40 bucks, and nobody around you is going to smell like this. And it's also pretty wearable and pretty likable for what it is. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank y'all for watching today. I hope that you like this content and like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend if you liked the video today. If you enjoyed this review, I hope that you did. And check this one out, guys. It's under the radar. It's a hidden gem, in my opinion. It's a great one. It's got a funny little cap, a funny little tassel. It's fake fox hair, but anyways. And I love having this one in my collection, guys. So I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. And this is Centaur Fragrance Channel, bringing you awesome fragrances. So I'll catch you on the next video again, everybody. Peace out. Wear what you love, rock what you got. And I'll see you, everybody, next time. Peace.